Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Mic'd Up Savages. I'm here with my co-host, Murph. My boy is back again. We got another episode. This time we're talking about the Orioles series against the Yankees. You already know what's going to happen when the Orioles and the Yankees face off. It is home run season. I mean, Garrett Cole pitched against the Orioles, man. 6 innings, 3 earned, 7 Ks. Should have never been left out that far in the game, in my opinion. Again,
it is what it is.
Is what it is, pitch great. I mean, I'll take 3 runs. It's fine. They ended up winning that one 9-3. DJ LeMahieu 4 for 5. He's back.
He's back in a big way.
I mean, and that day, 2 bad players again extending their hitless streak. I mean, Sanchez and Gardner, man, need to pick it up.
Yeah, they look rough early on. Not great, but again, it's kind of early days. The thing is, like, Girardi typically has a history of starting bad if you look back in previous seasons. But it looks really – like, his swings, they don't look good. He's swinging at bad pitches. Same thing with Sanchez. They just don't look good. They look rough. They don't even know what they're seeing.
They're not even competitive at bats. Like, they're not dragging them out like 5, 6 pitches. They're going down like 3, 4 pitches.
They feel like 3 outs essentially. They don't feel competitive at all.
I'd rather put Talkman out there or Andujar out there, I mean, for the time being. And then, like, there were times Sanchez completely misses the ball behind the plate, Like, he had a little bit of a fluke error behind the plate. And then I'm like, dude, like, you're either going to clean it up or Higashioka is going to go in there. Because, I mean, I'll take the defense.
I'm not too mad at the defense. I think it's way better than in previous seasons. Not – like ideal, like Gold Glove. He's not going to win a Gold Glove, obviously, but I hold it down. I mean, it's more frustrating because the bat's not there. If the bat was there, then you can forgive a couple things here and there. But the bat's not there. The defense is good, but there's still a couple things here and there you got to clean up.
It's just that, like, him not hitting makes, like, the 1 or 2 errors he will make, like, mental errors he'll make behind the dish, like, a lot more frustrating because it's like, just do something right kind of thing. I mean, and then even like, okay, like, say he heats up, whatever, like, even give him a day off. If you don't want to put Higgy, you have Chris Iannetta. Apparently that he's on the bench or something.
I thought he got designated.
He got designated? Oh, okay. Well, I'm reading the wrong stat sheet. Well, Yankees went on to win that one 9-3. Judge hit another home run, a Judgian blast. Game 2, Judge, big 3-run home run in the 9th. I don't know about you, but that game really got me a little angry. I mean, J.A. Happ, man.
Rough stuff. Just he looks like the same guy from last year. Just like, thank God he at least gave us 4, so we didn't have to decimate the pen to get through the game. But and thank God it was I will say thank God it's the Orioles, but at the same time they're not having a bad season right now.
No, if they finish second place, they're going to the playoffs, man. And who knows?
Finish third, they might go playoffs. Who knows?
Yeah,
no chance. They don't look half bad. They're a good, scrappy young team.
Mm-hmm. And then that day as well, Sanchez also 0 for 15, extended his streaks, 10 Ks. I mean, you take that. I mean, like, he calls it a somewhat decent game. I mean, I honestly, it also depends on the pitcher who's gonna call the pitches. But J.A. Happ and him, man, 4 innings, 4 runs, depressing, absolutely depressing. Like, I turned off that game. I was like, nah, I'm not watching this anymore. Then Judge came back, 3-run home run in the 9th, staying 3 for 4, staying hot, man. I'm pretty sure Torres left that game with a elbow contusion, whatever.
Contusion. Yeah, he got hit. He says that it was mainly like a caution thing. Like, he didn't want to make an error out there in the field throwing for the ball, which I respect, whatever.
Yeah, and better to be safe than sorry, especially now early on if he needs to take a day or two, cool with me. I mean, Britton's doing fine for now in the bullpen. He got his second save of the year. I mean, another dub for the Bombers, 8-6 win over the O's. Fast forward next day, we got Boston, game 1. But before we start the game 1, we got sad news. Tommy Kahnle out for the year.
It's a heartbreaker, dude. It honestly is. He was definitely going to be a guy the Yankees were going to lean on throughout this season and going into the postseason. Just sucks not having him.
And I mean, he's like, in my opinion, he's like the rally starter, like on the bench when he's not pitching. So, I mean, I think he's still going to be present with the team, but for now, I think he's going to get surgery soon, so he may not be present right now. But it's going to be tough. He's a bulldog for the Yankees bullpen. I mean, they're getting Chapman back. I think he's throwing a simulated
back,
game.
and Tessa's supposed to come back soon too.
Mm-hmm. Let's get into the game one. We got Jordan Montgomery. Man,
you look good. You look
very
really
good. 5 innings, 4 Ks, 1 earned. Like he had like a 80% strike ratio. Man, like he was dialing it up.
And the velo was up, and
a lot more than his rookie year, dude, too. And that's after Tommy John. So like he put in the work, and that was like it was almost like 2 years since his last start, something crazy number like that. We have another home run from Judge. It's just expected now. Like if Judge doesn't get a hit or a homer, it's just like
kind of weird. It feels off. Like what happened?
You got Gardner getting his first hit, man, 2-run home run. Like, and then you got DJ LeMahieu. You can't stop him, man. I mean, the Red Sox are in shambles.
They look bad. They look
like
real bad.
It went really downhill after 2018? They won the World Series.
Yeah, they won in 18. 19 looked rough for them. I pretty much even the Red Sox kind of figured like their GM literally didn't make a move at the deadline because they're like, there's no point. This is not a competitive team.
Yeah.
Ultimately cost him his job, but the Red Sox knew it themselves. They weren't good.
Yeah, and it's just like they went downhill very quickly. Like, yeah. I mean, they still have Devers and Bogarts, but I mean, you can rely on on the two of them for so long. But I mean, their offense is all right. It's something to be feared, but their pitching is like absolutely
non-existent. It's literally non-existent. They literally every time Eovaldi starts, they have to win, and if they don't win, there's no shot they make playoffs because they really have no one else.
Mm-hmm. I think that they may be them, and of course the Marlins, because the amount of games that they're missing, are probably going to be the first 2 teams eliminated. In my opinion, if they continue this losing, it's pitiful for the Red Sox. I mean, and then another positive with Canely gone, Chad Green did amazing.
He did really good. I was really happy with what I saw from him. He was just shoving.
I listened to a Yankee podcast. They said it was crazy to think that Chad Green may be the most valuable piece in the Yankees bullpen. Is that crazy?
I wouldn't say crazy.
You wouldn't say crazy?
No, I think people really underestimate Chad Green. I think he's literally supposed to be a starter. If they would let him develop a third pitch, he'd be a starter. So I think having that length and that guy in the pen just helps. It's just always can be a plus.
Mm-hmm. I mean, outstanding 2 innings, 4 Ks, dotting the corners. I mean, shut it down. Ottavino did well. Holder did well. Yankees win 5-1 that game, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Judge had another homer. Just,
You're just doing Judge things at this point.
Yeah, it's a Judgian blast, as Mr. Sterling says. Game 2, Tanaka's back for the first time since getting drilled in the head. Correct? That's his. Yep. Game 2 was his start back. 2 and a third, 1 earned, 3 Ks. Short start for him. Kind of got roughed up a little bit in the end. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah, it's just a question mark. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. There's not enough to be like, ooh, or not enough to be like, thank God he's back, right?
Yeah.
So just kind of crossing your fingers the next start. Hopefully he gets to stretch out a little bit more and we get to see more of him.
And if they need to give him an extra day to get a bullpen in to get his pitch count up, I mean, there's no reason, no problem with that. He didn't do as bad as Paxton, thank God. The game wasn't over after that. We had Nick Nelson making his major league debut. That was impressive.
Really good, dude.
He was all over Twitter, like with his change up, his fastball. He was lighting the radar gun.
He might be the new Tommy Conley. Since he's out, he might get that spot.
I wouldn't. If he continues, I would not mind that.
He definitely passed the eye test. I think you couldn't ask for a better debut if you're Nelson. Yeah, I'm really happy with what I saw. He's definitely going to get another shot in my eyes.
Oh, yeah. I'd even give him a high leverage situation because, he did great.
To see what you're working with. And I think right now he passed the eye test. He passed the initial test. Now you got to throw him in the deep end and see if he swims.
Yeah. Perfect analogy. Love that, Murph. Awesome. You got Sanchez finally getting a hit, breaking through. Gary, attaboy, you know.
He's back, baby.
1 for 18, batting .58.
1 for 18 with like 10 plus Ks at this point. Awesome. He's back.
It was, bro. But what I just hate seeing batting averages like gets the 1 hit and it's like .58. Like it's just like pitiful. Like you gotta fix something. I mean, hopefully, figures it out. Gardner, that game was.
I will say this about Sanchez, right? The at-bats look better at least. They look kind of, like you could tell he was seeing the ball better. Definitely still got plenty of work to do, but the at-bats weren't as atrocious as they were the series. So, slow but steady.
They were atrocious.
They were bad.
I mean, he's starting to see more pitches, like you said. Yeah. So, I'd rather if you're going to go down striking out or flying out, whatever the hell you're going to do, just extend the pitch count out for the team. Make the pitcher work.
Yeah.
Talkman, 3 hits.
Walkman.
The sock man. I mean, come on, man.
Dude, he's catching fire.
Yeah.
I mean, Girardi better be careful because he have no issue shoving him in left or center.
It's a short season. Like, whoever's hot, they're going to ride. They don't care who you are, the money you're on. Short season, whoever's the hot hand is going to go out there. Judge homered for the 4th time in a row, first time in his career. David Hale gets the save, almost blew the game. But, bro, these Fox announcers.
Dude, come on.
What?
I mean, I will say the offense went dead quiet to a point where it's kind of worrying, but.
Yes, yeah. Towards the end of the game, they went dead quiet, and I was like, you know, because if it gets close and they kind of blow it, my heart may start, you know, I didn't trust it at the end, but Britton came on. No, Britton didn't come on that game, correct?
No, and people were worried. People were worried because this is a situation where he probably should have came on, and they thought injury or corona.
But I hate these Fox announcers, man. Like they're out here, they're like, Britton isn't getting enough work. You know what?
It's like, bro, relax.
Relax. Let the Yankees rock. That's what they do. And if you really, have a problem with them not putting Britton, like, how about you just talk about it a little more? Because that's all I heard in the 9th inning and was making me just a little more nervous.
It's like, dude, it's the 2nd week of baseball, and you're worried Britton's not getting enough work?
Yes, and this is the 6th game.
Yeah,
the Yankees.
Relax. We got other guys we're trying to test out. We got spots to fill now in the pen. So obviously they're not going to just be like 9th inning, Britton, get in there.
Yeah, because
we got to fix it.
They will go to Hale to see what he's got early in the season. They will go to Loizaga. They will go to Green just to make sure he's got stuff. They'll make sure Otto's back before they go to Britton, because Britton's been so consistent to the point where, like, if he goes in, the likelihood of him messing up is very low. Knock on wood, something.
I got you.
Yeah, but the Yankees win that 5-2. Fast forward to yesterday, August 2nd, we have Paxton on the bump. Paxton on the mound. Great game.
From both
Not
sides.
Paxton's part, though. Paxton, sorry, man. I get you had back surgery and all, but if you're not ready, please sit out. I'd rather him not get hurt than continue this. It's just he's throwing
a quick Paxton little rant. So, based on what I've seen, right, obviously the velo's not there. Something's wrong mechanically. Something's wrong. He says he's not hurt. He says he's healthy, and I think that's probably what's most frustrating for him and rattling his confidence is that this is a guy who just came off of back surgery, but he feels great. So he thinks, I'm going to shove. I'm going to do my thing. And he goes in, and he has 2 floppers of starts.
Absolutely. These aren't just floppers. These are atrocious. Like if he was a minor leaguer, he would have been demoted and then forgotten about for the rest of the season. But sorry, continue.
So, you can sit here and bury Paxton, obviously, but I think you have to try to look at some of the positives. At least he's pounding the zone, right? He's not – the command is there.
He didn't walk anyone.
He didn't walk anyone. And he got 4 Ks, and if you really look at the start, there was two critical errors. Mm-hmm. They didn't go down as errors, but they should have by Hicks. He didn't catch 2 fly balls. 2 fly balls he catches, I think 9 out of 10 times. I think if you ask him, he catches those. 2 on the warning track basically cost Paxton 2 runs, and it's just terrible. And I think the pitch calling was bad. I think Sanchez and Paxton are calling the fastball like he's got that 95, 96 plus fastball. When it's literally he's maxing out 93, and the Red Sox feast on those type of fastballs. They're literally just meatballs. So when you're throwing Bogarts, like you're trying to blow one by him, you're not going to blow it by him. He's like one of the hotter shortstops in the league right now.
Him endeavors, yeah.
So I think those are 2 crucial mistakes. I think he definitely needs to skip a start. I don't think this is something like he thought he figured out. Clearly he didn't. This is something he needs to skip a start, take some time to really figure out, or spend time on the IL. I don't know what it's got to do. We got to do, but you got to fix it. It's too early to hit the panic button if you're a Yankee fan.
Yeah.
But if you're 2 weeks further into the season and you still got to be like Paxton still doesn't look good, then you got to start worrying because you need 3 starters to have a deep run in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Without 3 starters, it's tough, and you saw it last year and the year before that.
We do have the whole idea of calling up Clark Schmidt or making Michael King a spot starter, which he's played the role pretty well given the circumstance. He's had to do mop-up roles for Paxton. He's had to come in. He's done fine, in my opinion. He's given up runs, but he's done fine. Acceptable work out of the pen for Michael King. But when does it get to the point where you either say J.A. Happ's done or Montgomery or Paxton is going to have to – you think this next week he's going to have to skip a start?
If I'm the Yankees, I think you have to let Paxton skip a start, right? Because you cannot have him have a 3rd flop in a row. Mm-hmm. You cannot have a 3rd start where you can't make it out of the 3rd inning and he gives up 5+ runs. Because then you're just going to slaughter what little confidence he has left. So I think realistically, you have to let him skip a start. You just have to. It's going to be tough, though, because I think as of right now, they have 2 doubleheaders next week.
Yeah.
Against the Phillies and against the Rays, I believe.
Possibly, yes.
I think they have 2 doubleheaders. So I think Clark Schmidt's going to get the call-up. I think right now his scheduled timing is in line with Paxton. He just threw his sim game, I believe, yesterday. So expect to see him get called up. I would think.
Which I'll be happy to see him.
I want to see him pitch. We need to see him pitch.
Mm-hmm. But that game was amazing. I mean, Sanchez got a hit. We got Urshela getting a hit.
An RBI.
He drove in a run. I repeat, it is not a drill. Sanchez drove in a run.
That's
like.
I salute you, sir.
Thank you. And then Urshela another day, 3 for 4. You got LeMahieu 2 for 4. Judge hitting the clutchest home run, I think, not in his playing career, but one of the top 5 in my opinion.
Dude's a beast. And he's
that's his 6th game?
Yes, it's his 6th home run in 5
games. He hit 2 that game.
8 technically, but really in his 5-game streak, he's got 6 home runs.
Yeah. So you got guys we'll hold off on that point, but LeMahieu Talkman worked a walk. Then you had LeMahieu drive, and he stole a base. Talkman, you had LeMahieu drive him in, and then you had tie game 7-7. Then you got Judge hitting the home run. It perfectly storybook ending for the Yankees versus the Red Sox. I mean,
perfect.
I couldn't be more happy with the start to the season for the Bronx Bombers.
Literally couldn't ask for more. 5-game win streak, is it? I think.
Yes.
Yeah, 5-game win streak. Everything we're nitpicking is 6-game win streak. So everything we're getting on certain guys for certain things, but it sounds
guys that we want to see succeed.
Yeah. And it's scary because this isn't the final form of the Yankees. This is not a final form Yankees team. There's still
Judge said he isn't locked in yet, bro.
I kind of believe it. I really he's hitting these home runs, yeah, but I expect that from him. It's just against the Orioles, right? He had 3 Ks and then finally hits that 3-run homer to kind of save the game for us. I believe he's not dialed in. I believe he's still got some left in the tank to unlock, and I'm excited to see it.
Besides the Sanchez and Gardner and the Paxtons to start out the season, this was perfect way for the Yankees to build up morale to make that push to the for for the 60-game sprint, as people were saying. I mean, very happy. I couldn't even be more happy about the fact that the Astros are not doing too well. Reddick, Altuve, Springer, I almost said Judge, and Bregman went a combined like 0 for 28 against the Dodgers during the Yankees win streak. So it just adds a little more heat for them. I mean, they're getting a lot of heat down in Houston. I couldn't be more happy right now.
I'm really excited.
Keep the good times rolling, man. We got a big series against Philly going on right now. What's the score currently?
I didn't see. Let's see.
Currently, it is
still 3. No, 6-1. Sorry,
6-1 delayed. Oh, is it raining out? I'm guessing.
Yeah, it was starting to rain before we started.
Perfect, but I mean 6-1. We'll take a rain shortened W if we're gonna have
another one. Another one.
Cue DJ Khaled. I'll edit that in there.
There you go.
But then you got like another to the eventual Met podcast that I guess is never gonna happen, but probably not.
Look at this start.
I'll do it, like if we have to. But I mean, they were saying that a lot of Met fans writing off Aaron Judge to start up the season. The man's on fire.
Yeah,
feed the revenge tour for Aaron Judge. He's the king of New York.
I think people forgot this is a man who should have won an MVP his rookie year.
Mm-hmm. Got robbed by a cheater. And it's showing this year that Altuve, even without the crowd, isn't hitting that well. And he's playing only in division for pretty much most of the year.
You got a division where Trout literally left. He just came back, I think, today to come start playing again. Ohtani looks bad. He hasn't made a solid start yet. And I think he's done pitching for the rest of the year probably.
He should be. Or he should just end up being a reliever.
Yeah, so I think the rest of that division really has to wake up and just smell the blood in the water. That is the Astros, who have a really weakened staff at this point. The Pens looking
minus Verlander, it's just Greinke.
Yeah. So, yeah, it is what it is. I think if you're the Astros, obviously you're not panicking, right? It's early days, but I think the rest of that division better start waking up, especially the A's who want to
get hot, and win games while the time is perfect for them, because you're never going to catch a Houston Astro team like this now. Especially, I'll give them that they do have the pitching staff to beat teams. It's just now they're weak at offense. Let's go and get them now. Like
same thing with the Red Sox. Just that offense is dominant, but when it's
the pitching staff,
it's just that pitching staff that's just horrible.
Well, Murph, I think that sums up another great episode of the Mic'd Up Savages. Thank you for joining me. If you like the video, leave a like. If you want to help us out, subscribe, please. We're 3 away from 100 subscribers. I'm going to let Luke Voigt take us out. The Savage in the box. Have a good one.
It's just, it's pretty cool. Not a lot of coaches, I think, would back it up and use that type of word, but, I think we appreciate it, and we are a bunch of savages, and, we got to keep going.